Hello everybody, this is Bison Crumbs and welcome back to my channel. Today we go through YNAB, or You Need a Budget, to continue our journey of figuring out where we have gone in regards to money. So as of, I think a couple of days ago, YNAB actually had an update, and so it looks a little bit different than what it has been recently. But these little categories make it kind of easy to figure out. They're just kind of filters. So I'll probably be exploring some of these newer features in the future here. But today we're going through all of May to continue our catch up. And with all that said, this should be a pretty fast video. I'm hoping just to give it a once over really, but let's begin. So for the month of May, I made $1,774.27. Most important thing was first, and we did my rent. So 448 is my half. With that, the internet is 36, electricity 2412, and home gas is 1029. And that's just covering my basic living. As for monthly expenses, it goes pretty fast. I'm still subscribed to YouTube Premium since I use it just a whole bunch at my job. My phone bill, every month I pay my parents to continue my phone service with them. It's a better deal as a family, so we just keep doing that. My parents have taken over my Ford Escape loan, so I pay them every month for that. And it's $184. Dooney, my cat, and the wife. This is just paying back my wife for some of my cat's medical bills and stuff of that nature. I've been slowly paying her off through the end of this year for all that she had to pay for, since she keeps taking him in for the actual appointments. Hulu and Disney Plus, this is really the only streaming service we use. I've been using it a lot more recently. I use Disney Plus a lot. My wife uses Hulu. I haven't really been using Disney Plus as much as I should have been, but I finally took this weekend to catch up on Mandalorian Season 3, The Bad Batch Season 2, a lot of Star Wars content, and we plan on using it in the future here soon. There's a couple of things we want to watch as a family that came out, like Ant-Man we never got to see in theaters, but we'll probably watch it on Disney Plus, that kind of thing. Story Plotter is $4.27, and that's just a note-taking app where I've put all mine into kind of a cloud system to keep track of it all. Yearly subscriptions, I'm not adding anything to those or the insurance yet until I can make sure we have some extra money. Creative careers, an attempt to resell is actually minus $12.46. At the end of each month, I tend to take out the extra money from selling stuff on eBay. A lot of it is just stuff we have around the house that we want to get rid of, but it covers a lot of envelopes and the stamps and all that kind of thing for postage. And any extra money, depending if it was mine or my wife's, it'll go to that person, and any extra is just extra money in the bank. My second YouTube channel, I've been slowly trying to build up supplies for that, which should be cutting down a lot right now. This should be the last purchase basically until probably the month of July. I might get something done for it. But until then, this is a good stopping point for how much money I've put into it. Other than that, I've been kind of skipping out all these. And I'll reiterate that a lot of these categories are just categories that I need to get deleted, and that's coming up very soon here. My first priority is just catching up with my budget and keeping up with it. And then I'm going to probably dedicate a whole video to deleting all these categories that are erroneous or combining some, and I'll probably document that process as we kind of summer clean. Completing the new 52. I bought some comic books, and it's my one little collection of comic books. But in the month of May, there's Free Comic Book Day at the beginning of the month, and I like to support the comic book stores that have the sales on that day. So I bought a few, not too many, but it was still $50. Gas. Gas was a little bit expensive this month. Usually I spend an average of $144. Last month I only spent $94. So this is a little bit higher. I guess I was driving a bit more this month. My brother has a birthday during this month of May, and Mother's Day pops up, and there's a lot of driving around to plan for Father's Day as well. So there's a whole bunch there. Soda pop and energy drinks. We went out with some friends and we ended up buying some at a local like vitamin store. So that was no biggie. Medicine and drugs. I ended up having to buy my wife some medicine. So that's that. Spices. I ended up buying some like gyro seasoning off of Amazon to help with a meal and to have it in general, since we've kind of that Mediterranean seasoning is actually kind of hard to find from what I could find. A lot of the grocery stores just didn't seem to have any of that, so I bought some off Amazon along with a bunch of other things. Cords and cables, I had to buy a new cord because mine broke for my phone charger, and now we're down to $570, but we're still going. Well, these are the bigger categories here. Groceries, we spent $247.51 this month. Or I'm wrong on that. What did I do wrong? Oh, it's $228.51 extra from what we spent last month. Casual fast food, this is fast food just for me for the most part. And I did spend a lot more than I normally do on that. And yeah, for casual fast food, this was just for me, but we did end up going a lot more places this month that I bought food for myself. So I forgot we went out a lot more in the month of May. And then fast food for two, this is between me and my wife. And through the food, we go down to $166. So this is not looking good for me so far, but concerts, I pre-bought a ticket to an NF concert. I've never seen him in concert, so I've been trying to go out to more concerts just because I've never really gone to a whole lot. And there's actually been a lot in my area this year, so that's been kind of interesting. Concessions, this is just for movie theater concessions. We went to the movies 2 or 3 times this month, so for concessions, we went to Fast X for my mom for Mother's Day. She's watched all those movies, really into them. And then we went to the local wildlife safari park, which had a dinosaur exhibit this time. That's out near Ashland, Nebraska, and this year it has a dinosaur exhibit where you drive around and you can see all the dinosaurs they've put up. And since my brother has always liked dinosaurs, that's what we ended up doing this year. And we bought some concessions there as well. It's hard to go places without eating popcorn, I find. Friend outing. Did another little friend outing, but that should be ending here soon. I don't tend to go out with friends a whole lot, but $50 isn't too bad. We skipped the investing since we are behind on payments. Auto maintenance, doctor, dentist, that can all stay. Future wedding and honeymoon if we get to doing a quote-unquote actual wedding and reception. Ours was during 2020 and we just didn't end up actually doing it. We're at $43 and it still says we have 16 overspent. So it looks like we're probably going to go negative this month. And I spent a lot on microtransactions. That was $48.79. And DLC I spent $10. So that puts us under for the month, and we're going to have to take it out of some other categories. I ended up buying an Xbox game, and that was only $20 because it was one of the old 360 games, but Extra Love, I spent $51.31. That's just extra stuff I buy for my wife. How much do I averagely spend? $50? So I'm about on target. That should be adjusted for what I actually spend on her every month. My brother's birthday, I ended up spending a lot more just because I had to buy the tickets. And then we're down to 11 overspent. I did kind of cave and buy AirPods. My headphones at work were really cutting out, and ever since I had tried AirPods before, I got mine stolen out of my car. I really liked the mobility the Bluetooth provides, and it's hard to go back after that actually. It's not the worst, it's just not ideal. So I ended up buying them. I'm trying out these 3rd gen ones. They were a little bit weird for like shape since I don't like a lot of the I guess the best example is like skull candy. I don't like the ones that go more into your ear with the plastic. It just makes me uncomfortable. So it kind of sucks that Apple has such a monopoly on this kind of shape of AirPods. They're like Bluetooth earbuds, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot of other people are doing shapes that don't go in your ear. With that, I have been trying to save up for a new Series X for Xbox, and I think after all this, I might just take out money. Well, looking ahead, I should take out money actually. So a lot of the budgeting is realizing where your money is coming from, and YNAB is there to show you what hard choices you're making in the background, even if you're not fully conscious that you're making them. So when I decided to buy AirPods, and down here I ended up buying a Halo Razer headset that I've been looking at for quite a while. I did get it with a coupon and stuff, but it still doesn't. I am still taking money from other places that I should be, and especially I'm overspending, that I have to realize where that money is actually coming from. It's not an ethereal force. It's the money I have is going places, and it's going to too many places. So I have to realize that it's about being more intentional with your moves for money. So that sets me back on my Series X. I was hoping to get it $800. I was hoping to get that by the end of the year by putting $25 in monthly. I was hoping to hit that. It seems I will, unless I make a real good comeback, I'm not going to be doing that. For pets, I've been buying Dune his litter, and I had to buy him a few little extra accessories this month. Containers, we're looking to move soon, so I ended up folding and buying some containers I saw on sale at Target just to collect all our things and get it packed and ready. Cleaning supplies, we've had, speaking of Dune, my wife took him to the vet to check him out, and he ended up peeing all over her car, so I had to buy cleaning supplies for that. He's doing okay. It's just the car that took the damage. He does not like getting in the car. Kitchen supplies. I bought a few extra things for the kitchen and general appliances. I spent $35.01. For charity, I spent $13.09 donating to a charity stream for cancer. I put $25 towards it, but it turned out to be an Australian-based charity, so that ended up converting into $13. So a little bit less than I was expecting to spend on them, but either way. Wife payback, that just stays there. That's money from eBay that she has in reserves. I just cash her out every so often, so I don't have to give her change since she doesn't have as much as I do. Up for sale kind of thing. Walking cash, I took out $60 to walk around with. I just like having cash in my actual wallet. And then $2.95 interest and fees. I pay my rent with my debit card still. That might be changing here soon, but so far there's just a small fee for the debit card. So it used to be more worth it, and I'm going to have to do a cost analysis on the YNAB debit card. Used to be able to give you purchases for free. Now those odds are a little bit less, so I might have to relook at that, but I'll be showing off YNAB soon. I think it's at least a decent service still. It hasn't completely gone defunct, but it has the potential of paying for your whole rent or giving you cash back in general, which is more than I can save for if it just came out directly from my bank account. And that hits the end of our budget. So making a few decisions here. I have been starting at the top. All these are zeros. I think I will subtract this 82 cents. It's not a huge deal, obviously. And YNAB is a lot about getting a month ahead of your finances. But since I am behind, I think I will not be preloading any categories with money until I'm caught up and have an equilibrium there. So everything should read 0 unless it's something important. I have been taking from my Roth 2022. If you guys have been here for a bit, you know that this was a lot of money from, in 2020, I was investing heavily into the stock market, into a dividend account. Not heavily, but like a decent amount. But at the beginning of this year in January, I actually sold all that to catch up on my finances. And I've been draining it pretty fast here. So once I'm caught up, I'm hoping to still have some money in there so I can move it around. But that's where we're at right now. And I'm skipping it for now just to see what other categories I have here. Roth 2023. That just keeps adding. It is between these two Align accounts, just the I would have added $100, wouldn't I? Yeah. So the Roth 2023 is just an account I have to add $100 to a month to end up with a bonus. So it's these two line accounts. They add up to be this amount. You can actually do the math here in YNAB. It's 1116.33 plus 3313. And then you subtract what we already got. A redo. Then you minus what we already got, which is 1049.46, $100. So yeah, I put $100 into that account monthly just to keep up with the requirements for the direct deposit. And then in August, it should be over and I can use that money as I wish. Hopefully, another hope is that that is able to be kept aside just for my actual Roth 2023. It'd be good to fund both these, but here's hoping. My two credit unions, they stay at $5. My emergency fund is minus 1 cent. And so I think back to those. That can't be touched because it goes to my wife. Meal roundup. I need extra money in there, so I just keep the $10. Costs have risen. That's my slow charity build. So yeah, this month I put it into here for now, but this is going to be more of a honeymoon fund. Me and my wife finally ended up making a joint savings account where I'm starting to put just like 10% of my paycheck in. But in total, we have $347 so far. It's going to be used for honeymoon, wedding, or just vacation in general. We haven't quite decided that yet. For now, I'm going to keep it separate from my wedding and honeymoon because these are my individual accounts and they can be taken from, which I think I'm going to start with the Roth, which would cover it all. And then I can keep this money to the side for all of this and not mess with it. For the value judgment, I do think that's what's more important. This money for investing is not as important as money going towards the things I want with my wife. So our future is important, but we have to focus on the now and cut back the spending. With all that said, that's looking like everything. Nothing over, nothing under, no available money. And yeah, you can actually do new views now. New search filters, I should say. And with all that said, in observance of Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of May, I hope you all remember that your mental health matters, you matter, and You should never feel guilty for taking breaks for yourself. On that more somber note, I love y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.